I am Bruce Sexauer. We're at the Healdsburg Guitar Festival, where I'm exhibiting in August 2013. And I've been asked to show you a few of my guitars, and I brought 11 guitars with me on my table, which is an engineering feat in itself. I brought this guitar with me. This is my latest of 13 Pernambuco guitars, a very unusual material in the guitar making world, but normal in the violin world, for it's the wood that's used for violin family bows. And it's called in Brazil the music tree because it's so resonant. You can walk through the jungle with a cudgel, and I'm told, and club the trees, and the one that sings back to you will be the Pernambuco.
How do you find that Pernambuco is affecting the sound?
Well, being the most resonant wood probably that I have ever worked, and a guitar being a machine which is all about resonance, and the top, which is the primary sound source, being air coupled inside to the back, the more resonant the back is, the more resonant the guitar sound will be. And these guitars, my Pernambuco guitars, this is the 13th, are remarkable. I mean, one after another, remarkable. And not to say that I like them all equally, but I have to say that this one is really cutting it for me. Although I am a sucker for the latest guitar, and this was Save One. This is the latest guitar. This is a 15.5-inch, 13 fret to the body guitar, and I'm using it as the sign at my booth. And if you look, you can see that the S is at the top and the rest of the letters of my name run down the side. People are looking at this guitar constantly and saying, "Where's the S?" So I made a t-shirt here so that they could see that it wasn't X-Hour, it was Sexauer. And the reason I say that this is the latest guitar, Save One, is that I have made another guitar. I wasn't going to make this guitar for this festival, but I found that I had an extra week of time before the festival started. So I built this. This is the fastest built guitar I have ever made. I built the guitar body, neck complete, and put it into finish in 3 3/4 days, which is the fastest I've ever heard of. This guitar is made from magnolia, and if it looks a bit green to you, it's not a camera problem. This wood is essentially pea soup green, perfectly quarter sawn, and I find this really beautiful. It's topped with catalpa. It's a tree that I cut myself in Mill Valley, California about 10 or 15 years ago. And it turns out that catalpa makes an incredibly rich sounding guitar. I always play too hard with my thumb, which is why you hear a little rattle. But this guitar is extremely successful. It's my second catalpa-topped guitar. And I made it just for fun. And it's my show special, which I'm selling for substantially under my normal retail value. Although this is technically called a hardwood, which means that it's a deciduous tree, this is much, much softer. Not like balsa wood, but it's a much softer wood. And the softer woods make a less projecting guitar, usually. Mahogany, for instance, for anyone familiar with guitars, as the people seeing this video may well be, they know that mahogany builds a more intimate, personal instrument, whereas rosewood tends to build a more projecting-oriented performance guitar. And those are real generalities, but this guitar is a drier, mahogany-like sound. Still rich and full with an excellent bass, lots of power, you can probably hear it, but it's more intimate. It's a friendly guitar. The nice thing about guitars like this is that I call them musical because they're forgiving. When you play a guitar like this one compared to, say, a Brazilian rosewood guitar, a Brazilian rosewood guitar makes your mistakes jump out and be glaring and obvious, whereas this takes mistakes in stride, and you could almost say that a guitar like this doesn't have mistakes. It just makes music.